Hello and welcome to the Nook Book Review. I'm Ghana Al-Hariri. Some novels take you somewhere. America by Rabee Jaber packs your suitcase, shoves you on a ship and tells you you're going. This is not just a novel about migration, it's about memory, matriarchy, displacement, and the quiet daily courage it takes to remake your life in someone else's country. Meet Marta, born Marta, later Martha, a young woman from a Lebanese mountain village who crosses an ocean alone in 1913 to find her husband in America. No chaperone, no guarantees, just a scarf, a prayer, and a tin of za'atar. And from there, this book becomes not just Marta's story, but the story of hundreds of thousands who came before and after her. Jaber follows Marta from Tater to Beirut, Marseille, Paris, New York, and beyond. She walks through cities with blistered feet, sleeps in basements, peddles knickknacks, survives the Spanish flu, and watches a century break open around her. This isn't a glossy immigrant tale. It's raw, dusty, drenched in a sweat and longing. And Marta, she's Flint, a woman who refuses to disappear. This book is rich with people, so many, in fact, that it sometimes feels like a crowded family gathering where you catch names, stories, glances, only for them to vanish. But that's the point. Jaber is showing us the swirl of history. There's Ali gambling in South America, Yaqub marching in a war that isn't his, children who forget Arabic, mothers who never learn English. It is not just Marta's story, it is our story. Jaber writes like a haunted historian. His prose is delicate, observant, and laced with love for the people we forget too easily. The chapters flicker like old film reels, sepia-toned, fragmented, alive. Sometimes things move too quickly. A death passes in a paragraph. A love affair begins and ends in a breath. But maybe that's intentional, because these people didn't have time to grieve. They had to keep moving. And its core, America, is about what it means to be a stranger, not in the hostile post-9/11 sense, but in the deeper, older sense of building homes in borrowed lands, of raising kids who speak a new language, of becoming invisible in the country you helped build. It's about longing and quiet triumph, and the way jasmine lingers even in the scent of iron and soot. In the final chapters, Marta ends up in Pasadena. She plants trees. She becomes a matriarch. And in a stunning final image, she sits in her garden, listening to the water, living forever. It doesn't feel like fiction. It feels like remembering someone who was always there, just waiting to be seen. America is a quiet epic. It's not loud. It doesn't beg for attention. But it whispered something sacred, that the Arab-American story didn't start in Brooklyn cafes or Silicon Valley offices. It started with women like Marta, wrapped in wool, carrying herbs and memory, stepping off ships into the unknown. So read this book not because it's perfect, but because it dares to remember. If you've read that novel, please leave a comment, like, share, and follow.